Hello everyone, this is Dennis again, and I promised I would show you some of my psychedelic 45's. We're going to start off with a pretty famous group. That would be the Amboy Dukes. It's got this cool mainstream label that we all love so much. So we're going to start off with Journey to the Center of Your Mind. I've got three of these. Third one's on the turntable. Let's it up. Let's see if we can hear some. I'm going to keep to the rules under 20 seconds. This is a review, and everybody loves that one. Now we're going to turn on to something a little more obscure, something you may not have heard before. And this is a group called TC Atlantic on Parrot Records. And we got a nice parrot sleeve to go with it. And we're going to start off with, well, there's a cream cover here. I'm So Glad. I'm going to start off with the B-side, 20 years ago. The fun thing about 45 is when you get a song that isn't on the album. Those three Amboy Dukes I had, they're all on the album, so there's no point in playing those for you. But it was fun to get a little bit. Here's some TC Atlantic for you. A little instrumentation introduction. Selling strings and things so exciting. 20 years ago, look at that goodness. 20 years ago in Speedy's kitchen. Kind of Sergeant Pepperish pop psych. TC Atlantic had an album too, which I don't have. Mostly covers, but there's some good stuff on there. Let's see if there's a solo part in the middle. No, I guess not on that one. That's kind of a marginal one. But if you love the Sgt. Pepper stuff, you gotta have TC Atlantic, especially on that cool parrot. Next one we have, I'm sure you've heard this next one before. It is so cool. I gotta play it. They got two versions of it. Here's one of them. It's on Lori Records. It's the Balloon Farm. Question of temperature. Here we go. The Balloon Farm never had an album. They did have a second 45. I got to hear it when I was in Toronto one time. Not that good. But this one is a gem. Sounds like they're stretching a balloon in the middle there. There's a sudden rise in the mercury. There's a thumping in my heart that just here to be. Heat wave on the cake whirling in my head. Cool disposition just here by the thread. You see the question of love. You see a state of mind. No, it's a possible. It's a possible. It's a possible. Great fuzz. A true classic. I know it's been a lot of comps. Probably a comp's the way to go on this one if you don't want to hassle with the 45s. But it's a cool 45. This next one is on the same label. Different group. It's by the Barbarians. Are You a Boy or Are You a Girl? Which is more punk than psych, but it's very psyche. And one of the coolest things about the Barbarians is their drummer, who was named Multi. He was a one-armed drummer. Okay, now here we go. Are you a boy or are you a girl? Now, if you haven't heard this before, it's a real treat. Barbarians did have an album. I don't have it. It's pretty rare. It's a pretty good album, mostly punk, but still good stuff. Here we go. Are you a boy? Are you a girl? Kind of folk rock. All those long-haired people get made fun of. The Beatles. Rolling Stones, too. Kind of psyche. The 45 is a lot easier to get than the album, and it's a good song. Again, you might like it, Tom. Oh, those endless folk. Okay, next one is one of my favorite Psychs. It's on Chess Records. Can you guess it? Their famous hit was Iowa. It's the Baroques. And this one features Mary Jane. You probably know what Mary Jane is. Let's see what they're singing about Mary Jane here. Baroques is a wonderful Psych album. About 5 stars, I would say. And I think they were from Illinois. And they came and gone, went really fast. Here we go. The Baroques. And it's Baroque Stately. That's the break. that was so-so. Let's hear the other side. One of these had to be a near hit. Otherwise, why would they release it? Oh, here we go.
Waters by my side.
Right. The dreaminess, the Baroque, psychedelia, the Baroques. A wonderful group. Okay, next on the list of endless wonders. Got a cool picture sleeve. We always love these picture sleeves. Oh, I don't have the album. I don't have the 45. Just this. The Barracuda. The Barracuda. I love those picture sleeves. No 45 though. This is psychedelia. I'm sorry you don't have it. Next one is a group which is not considered to be psychedelic, but this song, oh brother, the Beach Boys, of course. I'm getting those good vibrations with a nice theremin. Great stuff. I don't have to play it for you. Cool 45. But this next one, okay. What do we got here? It's the Beckett Quintet. One of these local wonders. Those are the best. Let's see what it's called. No correspondence. Let's see what the Beckett Quartet do for us here. Side B is a Dylan. Now, you always find these wherever you live, some local unknowns that didn't quite reach the national production. Kind of punk. What a fool was I to trust in you. I think I know so much better. And I'm still waiting around for your letter. You told me that you'd write me every day. You said your love for me would never stay. Let's see if there's a good break on this thing. Then ways about us now. You better hit me posting right away. Cause if I don't hear from you just one day, I'm gonna run and hide away as far as I can. Don't ask me why you never understand. Show me that you write me every day. Hoping for a buzz break in the middle of it. But it's still interesting. It's on Gem Core Records, home of the hits. Nice guitar there. The Beckett Quintet. Side B is It's All Over Now, Baby Blue. Everybody seemed to cover that one. Good Dylan song. You know, I always got to sneak Bob Dylan into this thing. All right. Next one. You know this group. I don't have to play it. Big Brother and the Holding Company. Down on me, as Janice was singing. All on me. Of course, Mainstream was the first to record Big Brother and the Holding Company. They didn't release the album until Columbia signed them and released that very successful live album. Then Mainstream rushed out with this. Then Columbia ended up buying the rights to that. So Mainstream tried to sneak some money out of this thing. The story of Mainstream is kind of a sad story because the guy who was the director of it was kind of he kind of took advantage of people at times. But he did give a lot of people an opportunity to record stuff that may not have otherwise done it. Next one we have another picture sleeve, Blue Cheer. Ain't no cure for the summertime blues on Phillips Records. I don't have to play this, you've heard it before, but we love those picture sleeves, they're so cool. We got the Blues Magoos. You know this one, ain't done nothing yet, ain't got nothing yet. I don't know if any of these are Gotta Get Away. I think these are all on the albums. Here's another picture sleeve. There's a Chance We Can Make It with Pipe Dream. I have a Blues Magoo's Jay's Potato Chip Flexi disc. I can't seem to find it right now. But, I don't know where it went. Anyway, the Blues Magoo's. Dante's Inferno, that was a good one. One by One. Summer is the Man, that was a good song. There she goes. So there they go. Blues Magoo's had a lot of albums, at least 5 albums, and a lot of singles. Some of them were hits, most of them were not. Next one in the cover, we know really well, but I just need to mention a few things about them because they are a very psychedelic band at times. And the first one is the Beatles' Rain. Now, there's 2 versions of these pictured sleeves. There's the straight side, and there's the with the cut in the middle. One is East Coast, and one is West Coast for the production. I don't know which is which in these, but Rain is a wonderful psychedelic song with a great psychedelic single solo by George in the middle. Another one, Day Tripper, very psychedelic. Nowhere Man, again, has a great break in the middle. Psychedelia. Yellow Submarine, also psychedelic. But the one of the most psychedelic is Strawberry Fields Forever. Strawberry Fields Forever. Where John was talking about his childhood, and that Strawberry Fields was the name of a local park in Liverpool. They had to combine 3 different tracks of that to make it into a single. But again, the song and all those sound effects, wonderful psychedelic stuff. Oh, what have we got? The most psychedelic song the Beatles ever did, other than Tomorrow Never Knows. I Am a Walrus. And in that one, John was just making fun of the intelligentsia. He says, people are always trying to figure out our lyrics. I'm going to give them something that nobody understands. And he did. He just kind of made stuff up. Weird stuff. Just to confound the critics. And, of course, Magical Mystery Tour, which in the UK was a EP. It was a double EP. It still had the booklet in it. And this has been reissued a number of times. I think this is a reissue. But in the States, it came out as an album. In the UK, it was a double EP. Because let's face it, it only really had 8 good songs on it. The rest of it were filler. Capitol had that habit of cutting songs off Beatles albums. The Beatles albums in the UK would be 13 tracks. Capitol only released 12 tracks. And of course, Yesterday and Today was the album that they had taken all those tracks off the other albums and hobbled them together to make their own album. And that's why John and Paul and the company came out with a butcher cover, because they felt Capitol was butchering their recordings. Here's another one you know very well, David Bowie. This is a late psychedelia, I would say. Space Oddity. It's pretty out there. It's pretty spacey. Don't have to play it. Next one, I'll spend a couple seconds on it. It's just so cool. It's just a wonderful, wonderful 45. Bubble Puppy. Of course, Bubble Puppy was an international artist. They were a Texas group. Hot Smokin' Sassafras was their big hit. Kills you with the guitar right at the start. And then the vocals are very soft and gentle. I know you've heard it before, but I just had to put it in there. It's so good. And Bubble Puppy were not successful. They did come out with a second album as a different band name, but it was the same band practically, Damien, which I talked about on my albums. And they had a third album after that. I think it was called Rock Farm or something, which I'd never heard. Sounds pretty good though. Next, we have a group of folkies comprised of Canadian and American folkies, and that was Buffalo Springfield. And a lot of great musicians came out of that. Stephen Stills, Richie Furry, Neil Young, a lot of good people in there. Everybody's Wrong with Burned. For What It's Worth, that was the big hit. And on this side, we've got Do I Have to Come Right Out and Say It, Girl? Tell you that you look so fine. Great stuff. Child's Claim to Fame. I don't have to play these. They're on the albums. Rock and Roll Woman. Expecting to Fly. Oh, that's so good. That's Neil Young's Indian by the River. Were you there to welcome him? Yes. Every Day's Merry-Go-Round and Una Mundo. One World, in other words, in Spanish. This is the first supergroup, in my opinion, the Buffalo Springfield. Never made it. Never was a huge success. Should have been. One of those bands that should have been. Okay, next we have the Birds. Again, I don't have to play these. You know, I'll just show you what I got here. Mr. Tambourine Man with I Knew to Want You. All I Really Want to Do with I Feel a Whole Lot Better When You're Gone. This is a cool one. Columbia released these promo red vinyl 45's. Oh, I love those things. They're so cool. They're not really valuable. Some of the Dylans are pretty valuable. They're just so cool to have. Turn, Turn, Turn. We know that one. And She Don't Care About Time. Then some picture sleeves. The Birds Y. Yeah. And another promo, but not on red vinyl, this one. 5D. Captain Soul. Have You Seen Her Face? And finally, there's a Scholastics. You may not know this unless you're a baby boomer. In the 60s, they had this Scholastics book club for the schools. And they also had 45's. In this case, this is a Birds EP. Not rare, just really cool. What do we got on here? This is later stuff, not psychedelic necessarily. Just cool stuff. And that's it for the B's. I'm going to start off with C's in the next video. I hope you like it. I'll see you then.